Welcome to No One Asked, the podcast where we talk about things literally no one asked us about.
We're two friends, two realtors, and way too many opinions.
Life, real estate, and whatever chaos shows up.
No one asked, but we're saying it anyway.
So today I think we're going to just draw something out of our
rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, so we're going to go down.
We're going down. Yep. But sorry.
What was that?
I don't know. Go down the rabbit hole.
Okay. So we're going to go down the rabbit hole and just pick a topic that we put in here earlier. So let's see here. Tell us something that you have seen interesting when showing houses.
I don't think we have enough time for all this.
I've got to think about it.
They'll start coming to you. So I'll go first.
Please.
So that would give you time to process some things. I was showing this property and I guess they were horror flick people.
Uh-huh.
And they had like a life-size Chucky doll behind the door. And I did not know this. And everything, they had a saw mask hanging from the ceiling. And I had to find the light, which is that scary. And so I shut the door and there was Chucky staring at me. Yeah. I was like, I'm out, people. Like,
She told me you were leaving?
No. No. But I was scared the whole time because I didn't know what was going to be around the next corner.
Oh, that's funny. I don't think you've ever told me that story.
Mm-hmm.
But I had something similar. I walked into a house one time and I didn't realize that there was a cutout of Brad Pitt in there. And I was like, ugh! Oh my gosh, I thought someone was standing there and the house was supposed to be empty. Same with a Justin Bieber cutout.
Yes.
Did you show that in my listing?
Yes.
I forgot to warn people. But yeah, I walked down the stairs and rounded the corner and there's Justin Bieber life-size cutout. And I forgot to put that in the listing.
Scares the crap out of you.
Scared everybody that showed that house.
Yes.
Then it became fun for me. So another thing though, and this was bizarre on a whole different level. I showed a house one time out in the middle of nowhere and there were like, look like jail cell bars, like prison bars, like that
in the house
that like blocked the hallway and like would block a couple of rooms. And I was
Were they for dogs?
No, they were like door-sized bars, and they were like you kind of got a little nervous, especially when you go out there, you're meeting someone you've never met before.
Yeah.
Apparently they had a family member that had dementia or Alzheimer's, and they would get out and wander. But when you're showing that house and you don't know that backstory, you're kind of like, what?
Right. As a listing agent, I would have given you that backstory, so you wouldn't be so
scared,
freaked out about it. Yeah.
It was like you were thinking, what kind of house am I in right now? That one was pretty scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So one time I walked in to a house. I had permission to show. Walked in with my client, and the seller was hopping down the hallway in their tidy whities, trying to put jeans on. Yes. I was like, oh my gosh, you shut the door. And he's like, just a minute. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing.
Well, and I've had that happen a lot where they say, yeah, you can show the house. But then when you get there, like, oh, by the way, my husband's asleep in the front bedroom. Go ahead and go in. You won't wake him up. What?
No. And I always knock. Like when I get to a property, I always knock because what if somebody didn't get the memo that it's being shown, Right. So I knocked. Nobody said anything. And there he was.
Oh, that's always awkward for sure. I've had that happen, but I can't remember.
You walk in with people and they're asleep in the bed.
Yeah. And then you can't even show that room well. And then even if they like the house, they're not going to like the house because they remember that's what the buyers remember. I walked into a house one time that was in a really nice established area. And they had the vaulted ceilings, and there was literally like a 12-foot Nazi flag hanging down the middle with shadow boxes of German memorabilia from like World War II hanging there. And we went through this house, and there was some other very questionable drawings and magazine covers like in frames on the walls. And I asked the agent later, I was like, so did they have ancestry like ties to that? And she said, I never asked. I was just so disturbed by it. So, I mean, that's something, definitely take that down.
Yes.
Definitely take that down if you have that.
Yes.
But that one was mildly disturbing for sure. Oh, I've seen trapeze swings hanging in 2 different houses.
You sure there were trapeze swings?
One was for sure. It was just like a bar with like that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they were.
Okay.
They were not the hook that's just in the ceiling that you wonder why that hook's there.
That's a weird place for a plant.
Yeah, we
Okay.
know. We know.
I have, okay, so one of my fears is snakes. Like, I cannot stand snakes. And I was showing this property, and we were going down to the basement, and my clients had already been down in the basement, and I was turning off lights or whatever. I don't know what I was doing, but anyway, I was meeting them down in the basement, and I heard her say, "Well, look, there's a snake skin that's wrapped around the shower head down here." I said, "Please turn off the lights on your way up." Like, I'm not coming down there. Where there is a skin, there's going to be a snake. Like, I can't.
Speaking of snakes, I showed a house one time that they had like I don't want to say snake farm because that's just weird, but they had probably 8 or 10 aquariums with snakes all in one room with like a snake free painted on the wall. It just wasn't cute.
I think, now that I'm thinking about it, because I didn't used to be like scared of snakes, but I remember when I first got into real estate, I was showing this property out in Slaughters, and there was a snake, like the key was hidden, so I had to get the key.
Oh no.
And there was a snake by the back door, and I was like, okay, because at that time I wasn't like afraid of them. I mean, I didn't want to come upon a snake, but still, but that snake charged me and chased me.
The snake chased you?
Yes, charged me. I was running to my car, and it was coming after me. Thankfully, the client grabbed something out of the garage and just saved me. But that thing was coming after me.
I had a squirrel chase me one time, but we could do a whole other section on animals. Yeah, I did. It was a squirrel.
It was therapeutic. I think that's where my fear of snakes came from, because that snake was chasing me.
Well, I'm glad I could help you figure that out.
I know.
Mention being chased by a snake. I walked into a house one time, and this is something you don't see or that you weren't expecting to see, but there was a German Shepherd in the house running free. No one told me about it. And if you don't know me, I have a very, very big fear of dogs. I've actually gotten so much better in the last 25 years. I'm a lot better. But at this time, I was still, it could be, 1 pound Chihuahua, and I'm running. And so we heard the dog barking outside, but then, we thought, well, it's probably in the garage. So we walked all the way through this house, and my client's biggest concern was like the size of the primary bedroom closet. So I just walked past all the other bedrooms and went straight to that room. It's like, okay, so the closet's not super big. It's not a walk-in, but it's a good size. And she comes up and she's like, "Sarah." She was British. She said, "Sarah, I just saw the dog." And she said, "It's a German Shepherd and it's huge." And I literally had just said it's not a walk-in closet. I opened the doors back up, walked into it, shut it as tight as I could, and said, "I'm sorry, I can't do this." And she's like, and I said, shut the door. So we were locked in the bedroom. I called the listing agent, or called the office. This is back before cell phones were so readily, like, that's what you did. And I was like, "There's a German Shepherd loose in here." Like, "Oh yeah, her name's like Baby and she's sweet." I'm like, no, she's not. She started growling because whenever my client went to shut the door, like to shut the dog in the bedroom, started growling and showing its teeth. And that was the dog's whole bedroom.
Oh.
The bedroom was dedicated to that dog. And
you were in its domain.
Well, we weren't in that bedroom, but she shut the dog in there. And so then the dog starts barking and going crazy. And then I'll never forget the secretary at that office said, "Oh, poor thing. She's probably scared." What? No, don't leave a German Shepherd roaming free when I'm in a house. Never. No. And so then after that, every time I would call that office to show, they would say, "Okay, there is a dog. It's going to be here." Like, they would warn me, because that was very traumatic.
Well, yeah.
It was funny, but now it's hilarious. But then it was like, I couldn't move. I was in the closet that's not a walk-in, trying to shut myself in and leave my client out there for whatever. And I sure
leave her to fend for herself.
I did. It was funny. And we still can talk about that. It's hilarious. So, yeah.
This was just this year, going back to the dogs, was showing a property that someone sitting next to me had listed, and got locked up. I didn't get locked out of the house. The dogs were in the backyard, and they wanted to go inside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sweet dogs. They wanted to go inside, and I couldn't let them inside. And my client and I were stuck in the yard. We couldn't get back in the house.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I forgot
I know. That. And we're like, oh my gosh. I mean, and one of them, bless its heart, it was so hot that day. And one of them, I just felt so bad for him. I was like, no, buddy, you cannot go inside. And we were out there for a good probably 20 minutes just trying to wrangle the door and the dogs. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to open the door and then you go. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You do that a lot. But like when there's an alarm or something, you're like, okay, we're all going to go. You have to go quick, move fast because of the alarm times. So, yeah, that always poses
you know what I find fascinating is when we, this is off the subject of pets and all that stuff, but when we find like secret compartments and stuff in houses, remember that one you had that had like the bomb shelter?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another one listed. Well, they just sold that have one too.
Really?
There's a few houses around here that have like these 1950s or 60s bomb shelters, and they're kind of creepy, but they're really cool. You know, like they're really
like you have to go down like this very like narrow staircase, and then
and it's all concrete above you, below you, and then there's a weird little hole that like is supposed to vent air out. It's like all from the 50s and 60s when everybody was scared of the bombs and stuff. So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Or like I saw one time this really cool stove. I think I have a video of it still. Like it was like a 60s or 70s, and it was like looked like something off of the what was it? The Jetsons. Like for the time, like it swung out and came up the burners. It was crazy. And you never see anything like that now.
No, you don't. I love when we go into houses and they have like original artifacts is what I was going to call it.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean, when they have like original pieces like that.
And I've never seen one since.
No.
It's so interesting.
No.
So yeah, that's always fun too. Just seeing, or like seeing like laundry chutes. That's always fun to discover. Like, cause that's just something that you'll find like a weird little cabinet. You're like, oh, look, that goes all the way down to the second or lower level or stuff like that. So.
Smart things. Like, and then they just like, done away with them.
Well, laundry chutes might have been a hazard.
Probably. But I mean, there's been some other things that I'm like, that was really cool. Why did they stop doing that?
That stove situation, remind me to show you that video. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
They need to do that still. Sometimes you get little surprises that could be good or bad as well. And I actually sold my daughter a house this year or last year. And we thought I had a little outbuilding. It was cold. It was February. Like the outbuilding was like a bonus if they got it.
Right, it's a building.
It wasn't. Yeah. We didn't really go look at it because it had a detached garage too. Well, they get it, move in, weather warms up, they go check out their building, and it's actually a converted chicken coop right smack dab in the middle of town, which you actually can have chickens in town.
Really?
I think they can have 12 and a rooster. I don't know.
12 chickens in town?
And I think maybe a rooster.
And a rooster?
Know. Yeah, and a rooster. My son-in-law and daughter always wanted to have chickens, so it actually was a win-win. However, they had no idea. So open the buildings, look at them because, you could have a chicken coop.
Right. And sometimes when you're showing the properties, like they're locked. Always. There's no key. Like sometimes it's impossible. But yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it was already made to one.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
I'm so not.
Does she still have chickens?
She does. That's a whole podcast by itself.
We'll have to get her on here talk about her chicken coop.
There was a chicken. Yeah, there's been a lot of chicken stories. So that would be a whole separate line of situation. But yeah. So, you can get little pleasant surprises like that. For them anyway. For me, it would have been like, hey, let's reconvert this back to a building that is functional. So,
either I would have had the chickens or I would have just torn it down. There would be no converting for me.
Oh, yeah, you could. Oh,
I'd be like,
I didn't think about that. No.
Yeah.
We wouldn't convert that back.
No. It's either yes, we're 100% in,
or no.
Or we're out.
It would always be a no for me. 1,000%. Oh, and one time, this is a good one. I went to list a house and she told me she had a cattery. And I was like,
what?
a what? And she said a cattery. And I was like, all right. She's like, I raise hairless cats. Hairless cats. Okay. We walk into it and she hands me this baby hairless cat that feels and looks like a rat, in my opinion. Nothing against cats. I don't hate on cats or whatever. I'm just saying you're handed this hairless, skin-toned, flesh-feeling animal.
And when you're not used to a hairless cat, when you're thinking of a cat, you're thinking furry
and fuzzy
like
and warm.
Yeah.
No, and so I'm holding this. She hands it to me, so I'm holding this kitten, and then the mama hairless cat jumps on my shoulder because I'm holding. I'm like, okay, here you go, But yeah, a whole building dedicated to raising hairless cats.
So is that what it's called? The cattery?
That's what she called it.
Breed cats?
I mean, we can Google that later.
I guess so.
Chat GPT that.
Yeah.
What's a cattery to you? But yeah, she told me she had a cattery, and I didn't understand that, I guess, on the phone or whatever. But it was complete with cages or like the wire. It was set up for raising hairless cats.
Interesting.
It was something.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked into a house one time, and they had a dog cage with the cover over it. And these people were dog people that were showing. I was not. It wasn't barking. I stayed away from it. I was okay. And he was like, I really want to see what kind of dog that is. It's being so quiet. So, I mean, if you peek in, though, watch your fingers, because I'm thinking, like, whatever. Girl, it was a skunk.
No. In the house?
Did you ever show that one?
No. If I did, I thought it was a dog.
Yeah, no, it's a skunk. That's why it didn't bark at us. It was a skunk.
Was it
I have no idea.
whatever?
I
What did
stayed away.
they take the bags out? Deodorize? I mean, I don't know. What do they do to a skunk? They do something.
I don't know and did not ask, but it was a skunk.
Oh, they're cute, but
not in a house where I'm at.
No.
Yeah, so that was a surprise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get bit by a dog once showing a house.
Yeah, I don't get close enough. If I
Yeah,
can help
a little
it.
chihuahua. You know me, I'm the animal person. So
She definitely is.
yeah, I'm like, oh, this is our second showing. They didn't put their dogs up. No big deal. The little one was not having it. And so I was like, no big deal. I'll just put the dogs in their kennel. So I walk in. I put my foot in the door to walk in, and the little one bit my foot.
Mm-mm.
And I shut the door, and I was like, we're not looking at this house today. Or ever.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, I'm not a dog person.
Right.
And I've had people ask me to go let their dogs out for it to be shown.
Oh, I've done that.
I have, but I don't think they understood what it took for me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And like, especially because when you go to a dog's house, like that's their home. Their job is to protect it. And you're invading their home when their owners aren't there. And so like, yeah, anytime someone's asked me to go wrangle a dog for them, I'm like, you understand that this is really, a lot.
Well, and not only that, but like I'm a dog person, but even I will have trouble with someone else's dog because I'm not their owner.
Right.
That's one thing about our career is that every day, every hour is different.
Could be something new at any moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
So we have stories for days.
Yep. Well, this has been interesting.
Yes, it's been fun.
And this is why we call it No One Asked.
Because you didn't, but we feel necessary to tell you.
You're supposed to say, but we're saying it anyway.
I thought we were being funny. I'm sorry.
Try this again. But anyway, this is why we call it No One Asked.
But we're saying it anyway. Well, we said what we said.
We'll do it again next time. No one asked.